What's going on, vape enthusiasts? Welcome back to Premier's channel. Today we're going to go over the Ijoy Shogun Univ Kit, hot off the press. This is going to be the packaging you'll see on the outside. It has a Shogun. I don't know why it says that. There's no e-liquid in it. And then all the regular literature that comes on these packagings. Inside of that, you will find these two products. You'll have your 180 watt Shogun Univ mod and your 28 millimeter base Katana tank. So let's slide that aside. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the device. Now, when you get this, you will have this little sleeve on it. It keeps the resin protected in case it bounces around during shipment. And then they put it inside of this foam-like tray, keep it safe. Before we dive too deep, let's go ahead and just go through the formalities. Inside, you will find your usual. You have your warranty information, you have your user manual, some marketing literature, and your USB cable. Nothing new, nothing fancy. In here, we have the gem of it all. Again, this is a 180 watt dual 18650 device. You got your big clicky fire button, wattage up, wattage down, micro USB, and roughly 0.96 inch display screen here with your venting. The side with the plastic tab right here is going to be access to your battery compartment. So it's clearly marked. You can see negative, positive, and vice versa on the other end. We'll go ahead and just press the batteries in, just like so. Loop that over. Makes it a whole lot easier to get out. Put that in, and as you can see, it turns it on automatically. To get into this battery door a little bit before we go any farther, they use this plastic rather than metal. I like that. There's less chances of it arcing, conducting. Very, very smart on their part. Just pop that in like so, and it sits flush. It is lined right up with the frame. I don't feel any overhang, any drag. It's just so well machined. I absolutely love the fact they did a center 510 connection. So if you bump into it, you do that. It's not one-sided heavy where it might knock over and break the glass. Very, very smart. To operate these, it is super easy. So right now we're in normal in wattage, just 1, 2, 3, and then you'll be able to get into your settings. So you can just leave it there, click once, it automatically changes, now it's in voltage mode. I know Ijoy just released the Katana 4-in-1 kit, which comes with a pod system, a tank, and a couple other pieces of hardware. So if you're an Ijoy fan and you pick that up after you get this, or with it even, you can utilize the pod on this device. Let's go ahead and go back into the settings. Click that once, we're back into wattage. It's that simple. There's not a lot to it. Even for someone intermediate, it is very, very easy to grasp the concept on how to use this device. Big plus to them, big ups to Ijoy. They did a great job making it very fluent across anyone of any level in vaping. Now, the Katana. This tank I'm excited to try. It comes with 2 mesh coils, a KM1 and a DMM2. The mesh style is a little bit different from the KM1 to the DMM2, which is going to ultimately affect the amount of flavor and production slightly. Not a lot because they're both mesh. There's just a larger heating surface area in the KM1 coil. All right, with it, you have your wet wipes. I think this is interesting. It's a good idea. You don't know who touched this tank before it was put in the packaging. They're giving you something to sanitize it. Use it. And then you have your vape band for your glass. You have a couple extra O-rings. You have your top fill insert in case it rips or gets lost. And if you don't like the wide bore drip tips, they do send this 510 with it. Very, very smart. Not many companies do that, and it's not in all kits. I think that's an amazing idea. It allows more people to utilize it without having to go out and try and find that little accessory, which I've not been able to find. You have your spare glass. Okay, that's roughly 4 mils. And then this is going to be your DM M2 coil. Now let's turn it around. There it is. Both of these are 0.15, 40 to 80 watts. Mesh screening is a little bit different. That's the only difference between it. Wattage range, ohms resistance, all the same. Here it is, the Katana tank. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm looking at so far. I'm curious to how it's going to sound when you start vaping on it. They use this triangle-shaped dual airflow. It does have a stopper, does not round robin, which is really good. Makes it easier to take the coil out. As I said, this is a KM1. This is 40-80 watts. This has more of the mesh screen in it, so it has a larger heating surface. And this is also a slide fill. Big fan of that. The only problem I see with these is if you're using a larger, like say a 120, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to fill it up. But if you have another bottle that's a little bit smaller, like a 60 ml, you can just transfer it over, fill it up super easy. It is 28 millimeters. It has an 810 drip tip connection, standard, but like I said, you do have the 510 accessory to go with it. So you can put a different drip tip on there if you so choose to. So without waiting any longer, let's go ahead and put on. Oh, that is smooth. No catching, no hanging. I don't hear any noises as it goes down. Quality, I'm not getting a lot of movement. I'm not hearing any rattling. Weight, it's comfortable. If you don't mind a little bit bigger mod, the weight with the batteries in it, spot on. All right, so let's go ahead. Since this coil's been saturating for a hot minute now, we're just gonna go ahead and turn it up to 75 watts. For the purpose of this review, I'm using a berry belt e-juice. Absolutely delicious. One of my favorite berry blends that I've had to date. Turn that on. There we go. We'll leave it right there at 77. Yeah, what's a couple watts? It goes up to 80. So get a quick vape on it. Let's listen to it. Let's see if it's loud, if it's whistly, how fast it fires. Ooh, yes. That is smooth. I like it. It doesn't, like I said in the beginning, it's compared to the Drag 2 a lot. The ramp up time's a little bit slower, but it is a lot smoother on the intake. So where they fell a little short in compared to their competitor, they got a couple notches up on them with this smooth intake. Noise-wise, I didn't hear a lot of whistling. Imagine if you close this off a little bit, and like so. Yeah, it gets a little louder when you close it off, but it's not obnoxious. So all in all, it's a win-win for me. Plenty of juice capacity, center posted, dual battery, 180 watts, and it does fire off really quick. So if you're looking for an upgrade, I highly recommend the Ijoy Shogun kit with a Katana tank. Super easy to use, well machined, well manufactured. That's it, really. It's a win in my book. Have a good night.